Are you telling me if you didn't have a little cute clone of Osama, you wouldn't fuck with him?
Why are you calling him Osama?
Osama?
Osama in the highest.
Why are you calling him
Jose.
Why can't I?
Osama.
You're supposed to sit in the chairs, but it's not letting me.
Hey, Julian.
Yeah.
If you had a teeny tiny clone of Osama, would you
Sounds
feel,
like a Japanese last name.
Would you feel bad about torturing it?
Osama is it's a Japanese name.
Yeah.
Osama Tezuka.
Yeah, exactly. That's the guy that made, the fuck did he make?
Julian, would you feel bad?
Astro Boy
Yeah.
Kimba.
mean fuck kingdom?
Julian.
What?
Would you torture him?
Torture what? The little Osama?
Yeah.
No, because he didn't do anything.
No, but
Osama's actions were learned. They're not genetically
No, but
in him.
it's a clone of his brain after he did it.
But this Osama didn't do anything.
Yeah, but he's the same guy who did it.
It doesn't work that way either.
It does work.
This
that way.
Osama didn't do anything.
Yeah, but
if you
he's.
clone a brain, you're not getting all the information from the brain.
Yeah, you are.
Says who?
This is my fucking logic. And
Memories
my world.
can't
This is
be
why you're not a
transferred.
scientist.
No, I'm not. I'm a.
This is why you're playing video games for a living, Chris.
Asking if.
This is why you got called a fucking freezy pop.
Okay, imagine he got fucking teleported, right?
Okay.
It's the same fucking guy.
Where am I?
Yeah, it's the same guy. He's teleported. It's the
He's in
same
a tiny
fucking
little
guy.
terrarium.
But that wouldn't happen with a clone.
This is fucking not real life. This is in your brain right now.
Basically, are you
Well, then
saying
it would-
Whose brain is it?
Then
Osama's or his brain?
If you're making shit up, then all you have to say is, "Oh, you have the Osama bin Laden."
Of course, I'm
brain.
making shit up.
you have a small
well,
Osama
give him
bin
the
Laden?
actual Osama. Why does it have to be a clone?
Yeah,
It's a
that's
fucking.
what I'm
Give him
saying.
the real deal.
No, it's a clone of the real guy, but his brain is the
Chris.
exact same.
Just
Then it's
give
not
him
a
the real-
clone.
No, because it's not
Give him the
there.
real
Chris,
Osama.
No, this is part of the logic. Obviously, if he's the
No,
real
if
guy,
it's a
then
clone, then he didn't do anything.
he's the
He's
exact
innocent.
same. He's the exact.
No,
Why? Why does it have to be a clone?
Because
It's hypothetical. You can give him the
Obviously.
real one.
Obviously.
If you want the real Osama, give him the real Osama. It's a hypothetical. You don't need a clone.
I'm telling
a clone
you.
isn't innocent.
Chris, it doesn't make sense.
He doesn't have these thoughts.
I'm telling you that if it's the real guy, of course you would torture him. That's why I'm asking if it was a clone.
Who says of course he's going to torture him? Maybe he's more humane than you.
No! If Hitler was in your fucking pocket and you could do whatever you wanted with him, you'd fuck with him because he's
That'd
a
be
bad
funny.
guy.
Why would
It'd be
you?
funny to have around. I would torture him.
I'd pour boiling milk on his face.
It's like monsters in my pocket. It's with Hitler.
Hitler in my pocket. Like a little commercial for
That's
Hitler
what
in my
I'm
pocket.
saying. You guys would fucking have a wild time with it.
I would have a wild time with it.
Would
but
you get
just,
horny to it if you had a little Hitler?
Because it
Would you
was-
put him in your coochie?
Shove him up my pussy.
Yeah.
I'd bring him on a Let's Play.
Hey, say
What do
the
you think?
microphone help me. Where am I?
You guys didn't answer the question.
You
no,
didn't ask a good hypothetical.
This is the hypothetical. If you
I
had a
would
clone of Hitler, would you torture it?
No,
Why
I
not
wouldn't.
just say if you had a tiny little Hitler?
Because
No, listen, if it's a clone, I wouldn't because that person didn't commit
he
the
didn't.
actions.
oh
It's
my
a
god,
genetic
he
clone.
did. He did.
And if it's a clone, he didn't fucking do anything.
He did do it.
No, because he's an identical clone. He didn't do shit. The actual Hitler did it, Chris.
He actually did it, but this guy did it in his thoughts and in his mind.
No,
He
he
perceived-
doesn't make any sense.
That's how he
Chris,
perceived
He
it.
didn't do anything
He's
then.
still a bad
You sound
guy.
like-
he's still a bad
You're
guy.
not aware of it.
He's still
if
bad.
he thought about it, he don't
He's
know that.
still evil. He thinks he
Chris.
did it.
Chris,
Chris,
if
your
you-
neighbor could be thinking these things too.
Chris, but you're basically you have the same mindset as those people on Tumblr that are like, oh, I think I had wings in another life, therefore I did.
You guys are not listening.
I am listening. You're not making sense. You're not making logical sense.
I am making logical sense. Listen
No,
to
you're
me.
not.
Listen to me one more time. This is exactly how I'm saying it.
Okay,
Okay,
go ahead, explain
This is
yourself.
exactly it.
Explain
if I
yourself.
cloned one of you guys, yes.
Okay.
If I cloned you, Matt, and I killed the real you, now I've got your clone, right?
What?
Stop!
Wait,
Don't
where-
interrupt! Don't interrupt, right? The real clone wakes up in Matt's bed. He doesn't know he's a clone. He thinks
That's
he's
not
the
how
same
clones work,
Oh my
Chris.
god, this is how my fucking clone works.
Then it's not a clone.
This is my
It's a thing-
hypothetical.
It's a fucking homunculus you made up.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What's a homunculus?
It's a tiny little artificial person.
What kind of clone are you talking about?
A clone means that you got their genetic material and you grew a new one from a baby.
Yes, okay, but now imagine it this way. He grew in 1 second. He grew from a baby into a man in
Then
1
he's
second.
still
It's not a clone.
He's
This is
still
a
not
fucking
gonna,
fake
he's
story.
still not gonna have my memories.
Yes, he will.
He's just gonna remember having been born a second
I'm saying
ago.
that in this world, the clone still has the memories. I said that from
Then
the
it's
beginning.
not a
He's gonna act like a
Well,
child,
then
too.
what
If
is
grew
he,
up
a
in an
copy?
instant- If he
Yes.
grew up in an instant, he's going to be drooling and he's going to act like
This
a
was
baby.
what the
and
whole
shit my
argument was
pants.
about.
You have a Julian who is drooling and peeing his pants because he's still a child.
Fine.
We already
I should
got
have
that.
fucking said not a clone. He's a fucking perfect copy. Okay.
Yeah, say that.
Okay, there you go.
Fine. He's a perfect copy of Hitler. Would you fucking torture him?
But did he do anything?
Was he the person that committed the crimes?
Did he do anything?
No. He thinks he did.
But he didn't.
Why
Chris,
torture someone for thinking?
Chris, in a
that they did
criminal
something they
case,
He would still do it if he could.
in a lawsuit, can you like,
He
you know?
also fucking kill himself anyways if he thought he did it.
No, you hide the gun from him.
What?
That's not gonna. He's
He killed him
in a lawsuit. If someone thinks they did something, they didn't do it. That doesn't hold up. Hitler took out he expressed his Second Amendment right and used his pistol and shot himself in the head.
You have you don't have a Second Amendment right if you're not a citizen, right?
I don't know. Well, if you're in America.
Would Hitler have the right to use a gun?
Commenters, please let us know.
I'm curious. I don't know if that.
No, I mean, I think if you're in America.
Look, I
'cause,
wouldn't
like,
torture him. That was a joke. But I'm saying that if you had a tiny, perfect copy of Hitler, would you fuck with him?
Why don't you just say? Why don't you say if you had a Hitler himself as a tiny version?
No, it's a copy of him.
No, that I wouldn't
does
fuck
it
with him because he
matter?
didn't do
Wait,
anything.
no, you're saying he's tiny too. Why is he tiny? He's not a perfect clone anymore.
That's a good point.
Because he's easy to fuck with. If he was fully grown, he could probably grab a knife and kill you.
Hitler would probably say, "Pick out someone your own size,"
And I'd
then
say,
he'd run.
"No!" and
I
I'd
don't
spit
think
on
Hitler
him.
ran around with a knife and tried to kill people either.
He'd run into a little mouse hole in the wall.
Child plays like Chucky.
I'm pretty sure. Listen, if you were locked in a room with Hitler and it was just you and him and you were fucking with him, he'd probably want to get out. And if you wouldn't let him, he'd kill you.
No, he'd be confused as fuck because he
he'd
just
be
time
really
traveled.
confused.
He time traveled.
That's a good point.
Yeah, he wouldn't know what anything is.
Listen to me.
Do you think he's healthy, Chris? Do you think he probably? I think he smoked and drank a lot.
Okay, Matt. The fucking copy of
any
Hitler
that-
has perfect health.
Does that any of that go? Okay,
Chris,
perfect health.
Chris, if he's tiny, well, he could just run into a little mouse hole in the wall and I wouldn't see him.
No,
again.
you're in a perfectly fucking
like
sealed
Tom and
white
Jerry.
room with no doors or windows.
Why? Where is this situation coming from?
This is the most elaborate spot to be in.
You teleported in there so neither of you could get out until you
What's
push the button-
happening?
until you push the button on your watch.
Why are you
and
so
teleport out.
passionate about this?
I'm not. I'm just wondering.
Listen, you're trapped in a floating castle in the sky. There's no doors, no windows. It's filled halfway with water, and there's a tiny little Hitler who has all the same memories, no health problems.
And Rick Moranis is on the television in the corner.
More anus?
Rick Moranis.
More anus.
That's the guy from
Woody
Honey, I
Allen's on the TV, and little Hitler's getting a little bit peeved, but he isn't quite too sure why. And he also has a tiny little dagger.
He does not have
But
a
you
tiny
have
little
two
dagger.
matches in your hand and your wallet. 27 cents inside.
I need to go to the bathroom.
Julian,
This is too funny.
if you see Hitler in there,
Okay, I'll let him.
Is it Hitler or is it a
I'll let
perfect
him
copy? Is it
know.
a clone?
it's a
What is
perfect
it?
copy.
If I
And
see
he's
Hitler
fucking
in
6
there,
inches.
I'll let him know that
That's not a perfect copy!
It is. It's just
A
small.
perfect copy
6
would be
inches. He's not a
fine.
perfect fucking copy.
God, you guys.
Perfect means
You
perfect!
guys don't have an imagination at all.
I do. It's not. It doesn't make sense though.
It does fucking make sense.
You're making up the meaning to words. Perfect copy means he's a perfect copy.
If I fucking said,
Not that he's 6 inches
if
tall.
I fucking said, what if you were in Harry Potter world? You would have eaten it up. You would
If
have
you said to
accepted
somebody,
it.
oh, it's a perfect copy of Harry Potter, they wouldn't imagine he's 6 inches tall, would they?
I fucking said from the fucking beginning that he was fucking small.
But he's not a.
He's not a perfect copy.
Yes, he just got shrunk down after he was perfectly copied.
What the fuck is going on in the game?
Holy
This
shit.
is the worst hypothetical.
It's not. It was a good one.
No, it wasn't,
No, it
Chris. I'm
wasn't.
sorry, but it wasn't.
You guys are fucking dumb.
What?
Okay. So,
My God.
we disagree with your hypothetical, and so we're fucking dumb.
You just don't understand it.
You just don't
I do understand
Listen,
it.
when I make up new definitions for words that you guys don't understand it, you're fucking idiots. What can I say?
And I do understand it perfectly. what you're
I
saying.
will
It just
admit,
doesn't-
okay, I will admit that me
I
saying
will
clone,
admit I went a little too far.
me saying clone was the only understandable thing. But
You
then,
said perfect copy! And he's 6 inches tall!
Yes!
That's not the same thing!
And he has
I
perfect
led it
health,
up
but he
with-
hasn't committed anything he's done. But he's got the same memories, and he's 6 inches tall in a white room with no doors or no windows.
yes, And you have
How are you supposed to fucking breathe then?
Yeah, you guys
got
are
a fucking breath
I'm
mask
more
on
worried
and an
about
oxygen
that.
tank.
What?
Keep adding shit.
So wait, are you going to eventually fucking die anyways?
Why are you
I'm more
guys
concerned about that?
Why are
I'm
you
concerned about
guys
Tiny
so
Hitler.
focused on the stupid details?
You're the one bringing up the
Come
stupid
at you with a
details.
knife. It'll be 6 inches. It's the size of a
You're the
knife.
one.
How's he gonna come after
This
your
takes
knife?
it takes place in 12th century Romania too.
It takes place in fucking 2017.
Does he have a centimeter knife? He's 6 inches tall. How's he gonna take a knife and go at
Why
me
does
with
that
it?
even matter?
Because you brought that up too.
What, Marta?
You said you need to torture him, otherwise he's gonna come at you with a knife. He's the fucking size of a knife. What's he gonna do?
I said,
drag it behind
I
him?
said if
He's
he
gonna
was
fall
big,
over. Today's the
he
love
would
of a
come at
goofball. I'm
you.
not gonna do anything.
If he was big, he'd come at you with a knife. If he's small, he wouldn't because he couldn't defend himself.
I'd make little play sets for him and film it and make ad revenue on
He's not gonna
YouTube.
just go after you with a knife. That's
All
not
I
his
asked
first
was,
instinct.
would you do fucked
I'm
up shit
trapped in
to
a room
him?
with Hitler. He's gonna worry about survival. He's fucking suffocating.
He's gonna
with
wonder
me.
where his regime went, like what's going on with his regime
Where's
and
his
shit.
family? He's gonna care about that too. Hit a dog.
Yeah, I didn't ask any of that. I asked, what would you do?
What do you mean? What would I do?
cry. I'm trapped in a room.
I fucking gave you the choice to be in the room.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
You put me in the room with Tiny Hitler.
Look, the only,
Who's a perfect clone, but also isn't a
only
perfect clone.
thing I
But
asked,
he thought he did these things. but he
only
didn't actually do
thing-
these things.
the only thing I asked was,
Can I breathe oxygen?
the only thing I
Are
asked
you gonna change
was,
the rules behind that?
my
too?
God, listen to this
Do
guy.
I need
The
oxygen
only thing I
anymore?
asked was, would you fucking torture a small version of Hitler? No.
Did Donald give me fire powers?
Who?
Donald Duck. Did he give me fire powers yet?
He gave you
Power of
Farah.
fire.
Look, it's the Olympics logo.
Is Simple and Clean playing on the intercom?
Is there an intercom in there too? Is it a perfect copy of an intercom, but it's also smaller than a
There's a
normal
12
intercom system,
kilobyte
but it has
compressed
the memory of
copy
being a
of
normal intercom.
Kyrie on screen.
Even though it's not sentient.
Sentient.
It remembers playing the news of JFK's assassination, but that's about it.
Sentient. Yeah, good. Good.
You do
fallback.
that to me every fucking episode.
Because you mispronounce everything horribly.
You just went sentient.
You say the or button, and you never correct yourself.
People in the
You
comments,
kept saying
please leave
Osama.
support for
Yeah, you
me.
said
What started this
You
whole
said
thing was
Osama.
Osama.
Osama in the highest. Said yes or no, but you had to fucking
I
explode
said
it.
no. We all said no.
We all said
multiple
reason.
times.
By the end of it, you were just asking more questions and adding
Because
to it.
Because it didn't make sense.
confusing to
It made
begin
no
with.
sense. It made zero sense.